Welcome back. David Viscott here. And let's go to the next call.
Okay, we have Lori on line C, and her life is being threatened.
Lori.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
35.
What do you mean your life is being threatened?
Well, where do you want me to start, from 3 years ago, or do you want me to start from now?
Tell me what's going on right now, and then we can go back a bit.
Okay, on Thanksgiving Day, my son came in, and I was cleaning the bathroom and trying to scurry around the house, and as my mother was coming for dinner, and he came in, he says, Mom, he says, you know that man next door? And I says, yeah. He says, well, he just dumped a big pool of oil over the wall onto this vacant piece of land. And he goes, Mom, I like to keep this planet clean I live on. I like to keep the earth clean. And I says, let's talk about it later. Let me see what I can do after Grandma leaves. And I mentioned it to my mother, and my mother is an apartment owner, and she told me not to say anything. But my son was concerned. I mean, we're supposed to be teaching our kids to not do things like this. And so now I don't know what I should, what I think I would have, I don't know.
Well, go to the point. What happened?
Okay, I called the police out, and they forewarned me that this thing could, escalate to where it's at now. And they says it's a chance you're going to have to take.
Tell me what happened. You're avoiding it. Obviously, the guy got very upset, and what did he say? What did he do?
Okay, that guy moved out. I had that guy arrested. The county of Riverside, I don't know what happened with it. Hazmat found it lost through the system.
Who threatened you? Tell me who threatened you.
Okay, recently it's the apartment management, the management company, and tenants here.
How have they threatened you?
Okay, another tenant in the complex.
Tell me how you, before we get to it, you're avoiding it. Who threatened you, and what did they say?
The management and a tenant here. In fact, today I was...
Tell me what they said. Look at how...
He came up to me and started pounding on my windows. I'm surprised they didn't break in my car.
But what did he say?
He told me he was going to kill me and drown me in the pool. And these other people were all standing around, and I kept yelling at them to call the police, and they just stood there. They did nothing.
Okay.
And then the manager came over, and he says, I think you just better get your ass out of here. And I don't want to repeat all the words, but I wish I never rented you, fat slob, and on and on and on.
And why are they doing this?
It all started over the... Is it me?
No, but why are they doing this?
The only thing I could think of is because I filed a lawsuit against them.
Against them?
Against the apartment management company.
Well, that's a reason for them being that way. So they're trying to drive you out. Why did you file a lawsuit against them?
Because the oil damage, and the oil was never cleaned up. The original person that dumped the oil.
Lori, let's talk reality. Come here. When you file a lawsuit against somebody, you are ending your relationship with them. The fact that you could even be the slightest bit naive about this and think for a moment that things would be the same is astonishing to me. And they're going to do everything in their power to get rid of you, right?
To even threaten to kill me?
Well, they'll do anything in their power to get rid of you. The question is, why didn't you realize that this is what would happen once you made the lawsuit? You surely didn't expect that they would greet you with smiles every morning.
Why don't they just leave me alone and let's all
Because you sued them and you caused them damage. You sued the management, and the management now has to respond to the owners who are saying, you got this lawsuit in your hands. If you don't fix it up and get that woman out of there, you're fired.
But what about the oil dumping? That was... Why did they allow it?
Wait a second. We're talking reality here, not idealism, okay? That's what they did, all right? They did that. It was wrong. It was stupid. It was anti-environmental. It was all the bad things that we know about. But you filed the lawsuit. The moment you filed the lawsuit, they decided to get rid of you, and they're going to make your life miserable. And they're never going to be good to you, and you'll never get a court injunction that will make them be better, and they'll never stop being difficult or stop harassing you.
So it's all my fault.
Well, yes.
I'm the bad guy.
No. You just did something that provoked them. And the fact that... What did you expect? That you were going to live there and be happy after you had filed the lawsuit against the manager? Who would be managing the apartment except someone who couldn't get a better job? I mean, you didn't think. I mean, did you think you were going to be able to stay there afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, that never happens. It's like filing a lawsuit. It's your business. You're out of there the moment you do that. Even if you have a just right cause, you're out of there. And they're going to get you. I mean, that's what they're about. They're going to get you. If someone fired a nuisance suit for you at work, saying that you were discriminating against them, or that you claimed that you were treated unfairly, you're out of there. You don't stand a chance. They will get rid of you because you're not a team player. I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's amazing how naive you are.
All I just wanted to do was to show my son that...
I understand, but in doing that, you ended your ability to live in that apartment complex in an easy, peaceful way. Is the suit still on?
Yeah.
What do you expect? Well, you can go up to him and say, look, I made a stupid mistake. I was just trying to call my son. I'm going to withdraw the suit. I'll withdraw the suit if you promise to stop harassing me. Would you do that?
I can't now.
Okay, then you're going to move. Simple as that. Are you going to stay there and be threatened?
No, I plan on moving out. They made my life miserable even trying to get a place. Everybody that called here for a reference,
That's right. So you're going to have to negotiate with them to get a good reference.
I didn't get a good reference.
I said you're going to have to negotiate with them to get a good reference.
Why am I now the bad guy?
You're not the bad guy. You just did not understand human nature. This is the world you are in. You are here to do what you want to do. It's like learning how to swim. It's wonderful when you swim in a pool that's 86 degrees and there isn't a ripple on it. But then you have to swim to rescue someone who falls out of a boat. You're going against the current. Your form is lousy, and you're going to be swimming very differently. And you'll grab sticks and pull poles to get there. You'll do anything because you're trying to save your life. In the real world, you don't do things by the book. You do things to win.
But I was doing this to win.
Well, you lost. And you're going to prove to your son something completely opposite of what you wanted to do. If you wanted to prove the point, you should have shown your son that you could have gotten the community together to get some sand, to pour it into that stuff and shovel it away, or get a Boy Scout troop to do it, or do something. But what you did is you took action in court, and once you did that, you lost your position. I'm not saying it's right, but in this world where the law is overwhelmed and people cannot be serviced properly and lawyers cost a fortune and no one wants to do the kind of pro bono work that would take to make this work, and people are full of retribution, you lost this one. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Reality is not fair, and if you don't know how to negotiate in it, I guess you shouldn't play.
Get
Who's
in some
next?
trouble. Okay, we have
Well, you
John.
get hurt all the time.